Today we will discuss a proposed Voters' Voice Amendment, VVA, to the U.S. Constitution. The intent of the VVA is voter empowerment by giving the citizens the ability to pass federal laws without congressional involvement. It is the basis of democracy 2.0. We will quickly discuss how the federal budget and Congress has changed over the last 200 years, plus how Congress's relationship to the people hasn't. Then we will discuss how the congressional lawmaking process is becoming a bottleneck, offer a solution, and then how you can help. In the 1700s, the rich white men defined our Constitution and were mostly concerned with defense and commerce. In the beginning, and for about 80 years, the Fed spent around 2% of the gross national product, the GNP. The Civil War caused a temporary bump to 16%, but today the federal budget is around 25% of GNP, $1 in $4, and an increase of over 12 times in GNP since the 1800s. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm saying this is much more to manage and on a very grand scale. Today we have over 330 million people versus 4 million in 1980, 80 times as many constituents. The demands on government are greater and with more diverse areas of interest, for example, space travel. Per the Census Bureau, in 1800 a representative only had about 44,000 constituents. In the House of Representatives, it is currently set at 435 members, with each one representing over 600,000 people. FYI, the number of House seats, 435, has not changed since specified in 1913, 120 years ago. The bottom line, there is no way for representatives to address many of the voters' concerns. The problem, too many issues and too few representatives. How is a representative to listen to over 600,000 constituents? Handle this huge increase in federal budget requirements? How are they to address new issues and deal with important problems that are in the pot that it's boiling over? It was implemented this way. It was not meant for the common person to be involved. Only land-owning white men could vote. The feds only supplied defense and commerce support. There was no education, no unemployment insurance, and no humanitarian assistance. Most people could not read or write. They were serfs or worse and scraped by. What has changed in the last 200 years? There is a middle class now and an educated electorate that pays taxes. We can communicate on a mass scale. We do not need to be in the same room to hear and speak to each other while having someone writing down notes on parchment with a quill pen. Back then, forget about asking somebody for a copy of the notes. Our legislative system needs some updating. We all have issues we care about. The issues are not all red or blue, many are purple. Today, the feds and state governments play a significant role in our lives. How do our ideals fit into the legislative process? Some of us belong to groups pursuing societal issue A or issue B. We write letters, join marches, etc. Then every 2 years we choose a representative, hoping they share our beliefs and can make things happen. We need to make voting imperative to people from both, neither, or any party. Draw them in with issues near and dear to their heart and issues they can help pass into law or not. The congressperson's reality is they have to pass a budget, fill government leadership positions and court positions, and try to pass some laws. All the while they need large amounts of funds and time to get reelected. The new group of super rich billionaires, like the barons of the 20th century, are today's U.S. oligarchs, our electoral puppeteers. These rich connected individuals and business leaders work via lobbyists, PACs, and dark money groups to push their agendas. The rich and powerful often have difficulty relating to many of the working. When you pay, you deserve to have a say. Since 1913, federal taxes are being paid by most of us. In the last 30 plus years, with the introduction of computers, internet, and cell phones, we were able to use email, texting, and access online repositories for free. It also allows for massive online real-time discussion. The ability to define, debate, vote, and pass ideas in real time is doable, and so is the VVA. The VVA brings about voter empowerment and democracy 2.0 and will create a new lane for legislation. the ability to pass laws via initiatives without representative involvement. It will allow us to individually get directly involved with creating and passing legislation on issues that we feel are very important and must be addressed now. What is an initiative? From ballotpedia.org, in the U.S., the terms initiative and referendum refer to processes that allow citizens of states to vote on particular pieces of legislation. The initiative process allows citizens to propose a new statute, a law, or a constitutional amendment. There currently is no federal initiative process in the U.S. However, this type of lawmaking already exists for over one-half of the states, and it's an easy leap to see how to improve our federal political process bottleneck by allowing the federal initiatives, aka the VVA. We are only trying to extend the constitutional right that already exists in 26 states to all of the states and the federal government. In those states with initiatives, mostly in the West, in total the process has been used many hundreds of times for more than a century by the citizens. We need to move beyond the political brinksmanship and allow for an alternate path to passing laws. We need a voice. It would allow a majority of voters to pass a law. An example of an initiative is California Prop 13. Per Wikipedia, California Proposition 13, officially named the People's Initiative to Limit Property Taxation, was enacted in 1978 using the initiative process. The most significant portion of the act is paragraph 1, which limits real estate tax rates to 1% of their value. Here is a quick overview of the VVA's 11 articles. The full text is at pttp.us. First, you define an initiative and submit it to begin the process. Second, you collect a required number of voter signatures in at least 50% of the states. Third, the initiative is placed on the ballot in all the states to be voted on at the same time by everybody. Fourth, a yes vote is a vote for the initiative, and no is no change to current law. 5, with a simple majority vote, it becomes law. 6, that law becomes effective 120 days after passage. 7, the VVA laws take precedent over previous initiatives and the laws passed by legislative bodies. 8, the government will fund and execute in good faith the initiative and its bill's implementation. 9, no dark money. Spending above set limits, pro and con, for the initiatives must be reported, and this info will be made publicly available. 10, prohibits foreign funds and resources to be used to influence the passage of an initiative. 11, details a high bar for which an initiative that became law can be overturned. The objective of the VVA is to increase the size of the legislative pie, to get more accomplished each year and increase voter involvement in governance. We can help relieve the pressure on Congress by sharing the responsibility with having more to vote on will increase turnout, topics not of priority to Congress, including items too hot to handle. And a counterexample to the VVA is having an election like we had in November 22 in Alexandria, Virginia. There was only one ballot question, yes, one. Select a U.S. congressional candidate. That's tough to get excited about or to bother to go out and vote. Per Wikipedia, this type of significant change to the Constitution we are seeking with the VVA has happened before with the 17th Amendment. It was another power sharing agreement. It allows citizens to vote for their U.S. senators. Previously, they were selected by the state legislators. That's quite a power give up. Proposed in 1912, completed in 1913, in a total of 330 days. As former President Barack Obama said, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. What initiative would you propose if VVA was in place today? Think for a moment. With the wave of your hand, you could pass a federal law. Close your eyes. It likely would be something straightforward and easy to understand. What was your idea? The Voter's Voice Amendment equals voter empowerment. The 2D barcode takes you to the website where the complete VVA text and sample initiative ideas based on current events reside. please contact your organization about becoming a foundational sponsor for the VVA. Join in. Go to the website and sign up for our movement. Start requiring politicians to be VVA passage advocates. Help amplify our message. Create buzz with posts using VVA or Voters' Voice on social media. Post. Use hashtag #VVA or visit the Voters' Voice Amendment Facebook group. Also, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. The movement for voter empowerment leads us to a victory for the VVA and democracy 2.0. Remember, the website has the VVA text. Let's create an alternative path to passing laws and balance our needs with those of Congress's. Let's speak for ourselves. Thank you very much.